Alright, today we're learning a song called Nobody Gets Me, a song that SZA wrote about people not being able to pronounce her name correctly. It sounds like this. And that's pretty much the whole song, except for that one part. Okay, so it's really just some really easy chords, but the strumming pattern is great. The reason I like it is because in an odd time signature, you can count it in 3, you can count it in 6, but it's really easy. Let's start with the G major chord, okay? So, a lot of people play G major different ways. Some people play it with the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string, some people play 3 and 3. We're gonna play it middle finger 3rd fret on the E string, pointer finger 2nd fret on the A string, ring finger 3rd fret on the B string. Okay? The reason we're doing it with this one is because we're going to a D major chord, 2, 3, 2 from the bottom. Okay? So the chords are pretty easy. It's just G major, D major, and then A minor twice. The strumming pattern is what makes it really cool. Okay? So this is going to be counting in 3. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. All the numbers are going to be downbeats, are going to be downstrokes. The word and is going to be an upstroke. So like 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So when we're doing it on one chord, let's just take that G chord, and it's gonna sound like this. All right? Well, think of that as 2 bars, 2 counts of 3. The first count is going to be 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. That last 3, that second count of 3, the 3 is just going to be empty, and it's going to give us time to get to the D major chord, okay? So, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, then the next one is going to be A minor. Before we talk about the A minor, I want to say that this video is sponsored by Elixir Strings. The reason this Martin D35 sounds so good is because I'm using 12 gauge Elixir Nano Web strings. I'll have an affiliate link in the description. These strings last forever. They're so much easier on your fingers to play. If you're just starting out, it makes a lot of sense because they don't cut into your fingers. They last a long time. They're coated. Once you use Elixir strings, you're never going to go back. So definitely want to check those out, right? So we've got that G, D, and now we're going to go A minor. Okay, so it's open A, 2D, 2G, 1B, open E. All right? Now we're going to have 4 3 counts of this one. And most of the time it uses that same 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3 count, right? So it's going to be 4 times in a row. It doesn't go back and forth like the G and the D do, all right? So to hear the difference, it would be G, 2, and 3, 1, 2, D, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, A, 2, and 3, A, 2, and 3, A, 2, and 3, A, 2, and 3, G. Now sometimes I like, if it's just an acoustic guitar version, I know that we said that the second 3 count in the G and the D, we leave that 3 downbeat open. I'll still play it just because I think it's easier to keep the time. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. But I might dynamically hit it a little softer, right? So 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3. And then for the A minor, I say A, but I mean A minor, right? G, D, A minor, 2, 3, 4. That's the whole song except for, I think 2 times in the song it happens where it goes this C major to C minor move, okay? And that kind of resets the whole thing. It kind of gives it this little sad temporary feeling, right? Minor 4 chord. The music theory term for that is called a plagal cadence. Little vocab word for you. Impress your friends, right? So we're going to start with that C major chord, right? 3A, 2D, open G, 1B, all right? All right, we're going to do the same strumming pattern as the G and the D for the C chord. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, C minor, okay? Major to minor. So I would say this is probably the toughest part of the song. We can talk about some easier ways to play the C minor, but the official way to play it is going to be 3 on the A string, 5 and 5 on the D and the G strings with your ring and pinky, and then the important part is your middle finger getting the 4th fret on the B string, okay? Now to do the full bar chord, you would also have your pointer finger get the 3rd fret on the high E string, right? And that kind of sets you back up to go back to G, back home. It resolves. Resolution would be the word for going back to G, right? So C minor to G. Now, again, this can be kind of a tough chord, especially bar chord wise. Don't worry so much about getting that high G. The note that really sells it is going to be this note right here, because this is not actually in the key of G. This song is in the key of G. This note is a D sharp or an E flat, so it's not in that key. That's why it kind of throws it off its side and brings you back to the start to restart the whole thing, right? So we can sacrifice the bar getting that whole thing. In fact, you could do an A minor shape like here, right? So you remember there's that A minor chord, A minor, A sharp minor, B minor, C minor. The only danger here is if you get the open strings around it, doesn't sound great, right? But if you're playing with your fingers, a lot of times you can just kind of pick it and it sounds pretty good, right? Or you could just get this. This is a 3rd fret on the A string, which is a C, and then it's minor 3rd, that 4th fret on the B string. So you could be like C, and that's enough to kind of get the gist of what that's going for. But again, striving to get that C minor chord just sounds so good. So let's do the whole thing real quick. G, D, A minor, twice as long as the previous chords. Then we'll do it again. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, C major. Then back. Okay, so a great way to remember this is thinking of the numbers of the major scale. What that means is, like, in the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, we can number all those notes. It's just a G, a D to an A minor, a 1 chord, G, A, B, C, D, to a 5 chord, to a G, A, to a 2 chord. It's a 1, 5, 2, 2. And then you have a 4 chord C and a minor 4. Much easier to remember that stuff. So if that's something that you've never gotten into, check out my Patreon, because I talk all about music theory and how you can use easy music theory to just remember stuff. Because trust me, I've forgotten so many more songs than I know right now, but as soon as I started numbering them with major scale numbers, it all made a lot more sense and was easier to consume. So really cool song off of a great album. Let me know if you want me to teach any of the other SZA songs. I hope I'm saying that right. That would make the intro joke even that much funnier if I was messing it up. But anyways, thank you to Elixir Strings for sponsoring the video. Once again, pick up some elixirs with that affiliate link in the description. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, or the website. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.